Hey everyone, it's Fitz with the Daily Delivery. Hope you're doing great. I'm doing fine as the search for Kansas State's new basketball coach continues. So much content, including our Hot Board 3.0 over at GPC. $1 for your first month is the special rolling right now. You might want to check us out. It's a pretty good time to join the GoPowercat family. But I've been promising I'll start getting into the candidates, and the top candidates that I see that Gene Taylor is choosing from which he's choosing to be correct. And I'm going to skip Brad Underwood. We all know how I feel about Brad Underwood. I hope he's the next coach. I know there's a lot of smoke out there about him being the next coach. I appreciate that all, and I think a lot of it is factual, but trust me when I say it wasn't Gary Patterson. So you're not always reading the smoke signals precisely right. There, I said it. Today I'm going to talk about Jerome Tang, who has moved up my list significantly since the start of this search because honestly, I had never really done much research on Coach Tang other than knowing that he was Scott Drew's right-hand man from the moment they took over an incredible rebuild after a tragic ending to the previous regime at Baylor. And now, 19 years later, they are a national power. They just won a national title last season, and everything I thought I knew about Jerome Tang really isn't true. Here's the upside, and all of these will include the downside. The upside is he's a tremendous defensive basketball coach. He has been very loyal to his boss and played a significant role in building a program from nothing into something amazing. That's pretty good to have on a resume. And as I did on the PowerCat podcast, which is available as of Thursday morning at GoPowercat, I find it a little ironic that people find the weakness in Jerome Tang being the fact that he's never been a head coach before. Now, his fault is that he's never called the shots, but he's also at fault for being loyal to his boss and staying with him throughout the entire build. Now, of course, I just described Bill Snyder, and as I said in the podcast, I'm not just comparing Jerome Tang to Bill Snyder, but please don't actually describe everything about Coach Snyder as a weakness because, as we know, it turned out to be a strength. Jerome Tang's moved way up my list, and as I said on the podcast, he's number 2 for me behind Brad Underwood. He seems like the guy that checks the most boxes for Gene Taylor, too, if Brad Underwood doesn't come to K-State. He knows the Big 12, he recruits this region, and he knows K-State history, and trust me when I say this, he appreciates what K-State basketball has been and will be. Next up, we'll probably do Chris Jans, who was my top choice after Brad Underwood, and still might get there again.